I'm reminded of R.L. Milton, who tells us about Mr. Powell. Mr. Powell has told this story, but as Milton tells it then, he said, I was a construction person, and when I worked, I did well. But sometimes I'd be without work, and then the finances would dwindle. And I said, my wife and I had 6 children. And this particular day, and I've been out of work for quite some time, and finances were coming to a minimum. And I looked at 3 pair of shoes. My 2 boys had worn out their shoes because they had been taking their wagon on a hill, and then they would let her go. And when it looked a little dangerous, they would put their feet down on either side, and they would let her slide. And they had worn out the soles of their shoes. My daughter would skip rope, and she had worn out her shoes. It was time for school to start. And where was I going to get the finances to buy those shoes for my children? My heart was aching within my soul. Where would I get the credit? And then, as you ladies always know, you can do it in such appropriate times. When you say, as this lady did, and honey, our wash machine is broken down. Oh, what a tragedy. Now here he had these pair of shoes, and certainly with 6 children, you know. Wash machine. He said, I quickly looked in the ads. And I saw one, and I called whether they would be home, and I quickly went. And when I got to that particular address, and I looked at this big mansion, and I stood there before I walked up the sidewalk, and resentment came within my soul. Why do some have all the fortune in the world, and I struggle from day to day? But he said, I walked up and rang the doorbell, and they were gracious. They brought me in, and they took me right to the kitchen and showed me the wash machine. The kitchen was marvelous. It had everything you'd want in a kitchen, a modern kitchen. And there I stood. And they offered it to me at a very nominal price, and I accepted it. And I said to them, my, with all the beauty and all this, I sure appreciate the price that you sold that to me. I have 6 children, and I have pair of shoes that have been worn out, and I need to buy those shoes. And as I shared that with them, and how they've been worn out, and I finished out with saying, you must be very happy. You must be very happy. And with that, the mother stood still for a moment. She turned her face, and as she walked out, she sobbed, and tears rolled down her cheeks. And I turned to the fellow and I said, did I say something wrong? And he paused for a moment, and then he said, no, you didn't say anything wrong. They said, what happened? They said, we would only wish that we could have somebody wear a pair of shoes out. We have 1 daughter, and she has never walked in her entire life. If we would be very happy if she would wear out 1 pair of shoes. Milton says Paul went home, and he went upstairs into his room, and he took those pair of shoes and set them down in front of him. And then he said, oh God, thank you for pairs of shoes that have been worn out. Thank you for my children who can wear this, that can jump, and they can run, and they can move about. Oh God, help me to learn to be thankful. Help me to understand what life is really about. When we become so involved in the smaller things of life, let's begin to look at God and turn to Him and cry out like the psalmist, oh God, oh God. You who are great and wonderful. Life may be a struggle, but today I thank you. I thank you for my nation. I thank you for my church. I thank you for my family. I thank you for my kids, even though sometimes I want them. And I said that for your college kids and those who are beyond college. But may we learn